Hi everyone, we're reading from Sadie's book again. Thank you for joining us. In order to encourage Sadie to relearn how to urinate outside on her own, I would remove her diaper and let her spend some time playing in the grass. It always broke my heart to see her struggling so, raising herself up on her front legs and trying to make her scrawny, spindly back legs straighten and support her weight. She looked so helpless, so damaged and disabled in these moments. But I knew it was good for her to get some fresh air, the exercise, and the opportunity to remember how it felt to relieve herself in the grass, doggy style, just like she used to do before she was shot. But on this day, rather than rolling around and staggering forward, trying to drag her lower body, she hopped. She actually, yeah, you did. Do you remember hopping? I think you do. Want to read along with me? Okay, let's do that. She actually made a concentrated, coordinated movement, pushing up and forward on her front legs while simultaneously pulling her back legs up and over. She looked surprised at her own progress, then immediately did it again, taking another wobbly, bunny hop, then a third hop, and then a fourth. She paused to catch her breath, panting hard. Hard work, being a doggy. You can see she's exhausted from being a doggy today. My heart soared and my eyes filled with tears. That's my girl, I exclaimed. Sadie, this just goes to show you that you do want to walk again, and it shows how determined you are to make it happen. It also illustrated the incredible progress she had made in just 9 days. First day, Sadie would have never had the strength, energy, or desire to propel herself forward by hopping. Sadie took a total of 20 hops that day. She looked utterly exhausted as I picked her up and carried her the last few steps to the car, holding her close, right? Do I hold you close? And kissing your head? As her heart beat wildly against her ribs, she struggled to catch her breath. That's my good girl, I soothed her, whispering in her velvety ear. Keep this up, and you'll be back to your old self in no time. Well, what happened to you, boo-boo? Maybe you're not back to your old self, but we are doing the best we can, right? We certainly are, and so are you. Thank you for trying so hard, right? Well, thank you so much for listening again and watching us read Sadie's very special book. And I hope you join us again for another chapter of Saving Sadie, How a Dog No One Wanted Inspired the World. Because you did, right? Okay, thanks everyone. Hi again, everyone. Well, we are here again reading from Sadie's book. We're just going to give you a quick little sniglet today, and here we go. Marnette was absolutely amazing during this period, as expected. She's always amazing. She was working every spare moment that she had to post any new current content and updates about Sadie on the website. Meanwhile, I was running her ragged, constantly sending her more photos and information to post. We always asked people to pass on Sadie's website address to others so that we could increase awareness and hopefully increase funding. I mean, Sadie just absolutely thanks everybody during this time and before and after for everything you do for her. Right, Sadie? Yeah, say thank you. Woof. Sadie, woof. Come on. You can't see this, but her tail's going like crazy. So here we go. Okay, I believe that the message that Marnette was sending out to people was so effective because it was so essentially simple. What do you see out there, boo-boo? Consisting of 3 heartfelt requests. She asked for people to pray for Sadie. She asked to contribute funds, of course, and to spread the message about helping Sadie. You know, spreading the message is so important because Sadie is just so worth it, and she's got such a big anti-bullying message. And with this world today, so many people are getting bullied that we appreciate anybody's help at all. What do you see out there, Sadie, huh? What do you see? What do you see out there? So, okay, everybody, that's it for today's chapter. And thank you again for everything that you do for this really beautiful dog to increase awareness and let's just stop the bullying. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful day. Hey, thank you for joining us again. We so much appreciate you reading along with us from Sadie's book, Saving Sadie, How a Dog No One Wanted Inspired the World. So I have to tell you, even with this wonderfully positive response to our email campaign and internet outreach efforts, I knew deep down it just wasn't going to be enough. We needed to widen our base, spread our message much further, and reach far more people if we had any hope of keeping Sadie afloat. Paying for advertising was definitely out of the question, given our shoestring budget, and our only hope was to get the media interested in covering Sadie's story. I had no background in journalism or public relations, but I did have experience in sales, so that's how I approached the task. I needed to sell the media on the merits of doing a story about Sadie. You know, it turned out that I needn't have worried at all about it because Sadie hit it off right away with the people who did stories about her. She's just amazing because if you see her, if you meet her, it's to love her. She is just the epitome of thinking about what you can do and not what you can't do, just like Sadie does. So we want to thank you again for reading along. We're just going to give you some cute little snigglets of Sadie's story. And how can you just absolutely resist this face? Right, Sadie? Yeah. What do you see out there? What's so interesting out there? Well, good job. Very good job. Thanks to the crew that had helped me today with this. So much appreciated. And again, just stay tuned. There's so much more. SavingSadie.com. Thank you all. Love you. Happy almost fall. We are getting there, aren't we, boo-boo? Yeah, cooler weather. It's just really, really great. Not so much humidity. And we are reading from our book again. So, without further ado, here we go. What is it about dogs that allows them to touch us? And they touch our souls so deeply. Denied the gift of human speech and comprehension, what magic happens? What potent alchemy spins out from their soft paws, wagging tails, and lolling tongues, from their cold, damp noses and warm doggy breath? What hidden channels, what secret languages of exchange allow messages to pass wordlessly, yes, yet powerfully, from their hearts to ours and back again? What are you doing, boo-boo? What's so exciting over there? Huh? What's so good over there, boo-boo? Okay, back to our story. Dogs believe in us by accepting our love. They grant us wings to become our better angels and rise above our lesser selves. Where Sadie was concerned, I may have been determined to remain a skittish, skeptical lover, a headstrong Jane Austen heroine, unwilling to relinquish my whole heart for her, for fear of having it smashed into a million pieces. I certainly didn't want that to happen. But already, even in that first month after bringing Sadie home, I could feel myself changing, responding to the powerful influence that she was having on my life. The ongoing demands of Sadie's care were pushing me beyond my comfort zone in so many ways. I had always been a social person, comfortable both in groups and engaging one-on-one. But now I had to be proactively social, constantly reaching out to solicit social media and other media coverage, support for Sadie. I had to learn never to take no for an answer, because Sadie's future, her very life, in fact, depended on it. I had to be more organized, more focused, more patient, and more committed than ever before. I learned to open up, to be the more forgiving of myself and of Sadie, especially where she was nowhere even close to walking yet, and still wasn't able, even with all the physical therapy and exercise and supplements and treatments, to do many of the things I expected her to be doing by now. Now, as the lilac and baby's breath freshness of early May was ripening, marching toward June and the blazing promise of a glorious Midwestern summer. What do you see out there? What do you see out there? Thank you so much for joining us. If you'd like to read more, it's Saving Sadie, How a Dog No One Wanted Inspired the World. We are already into our 6th printing, and we have so many 5-star reviews all over Amazon and other media outlets. So give us a try. Plan to be inspired. You will be inspired. That's what Sadie does. So thanks so much. Go to savingsadie.com and join us again for another reading of our book. Bye for now. Welcome back, and thank you for joining us for our reading again from Saving Sadie, How a Dog No One Wanted Inspired the World. As the weeks went by, I remained fully committed to getting Sadie walking again. But from a practical standpoint, it was becoming really difficult to carry her everywhere or to ask her to bunny hop any farther than a few feet at a time. She was growing stronger, gaining muscle every day, and was now inching toward a healthy 50+ pounds. But meanwhile, my poor arms struggled to keep up with her in increasing size and weight. So I decided to buy her a wagon. It'll be just temporary, I promised myself. So it will be easier to transport her when we aren't in the car. Around this time, I received a phone call from a woman named Joni, offering to give us walking wheels that her disabled dog wasn't using. You've probably seen dogs with this type of apparatus, which is basically a wheelchair for dogs, with 2 wheels at the back legs and attached to the torso with metal bars on either side and straps around the chest and hindquarters. Joni, whose dog was a patient of the doctor's, had heard about Sadie at the clinic, where as part of our marketing efforts, we had put up a poster with pictures of Sadie and our website info, along with a jar to collect donations toward her care. You know, I have to tell you, many people say to us, why don't you get Sadie some wheels? Well, Sadie has a couple of pairs of wheels, and everyone doesn't like every type of exercise, right, Sadie? And Sadie just never took to her wheelchair. So it's not the worst thing. Sadie is mobile. She just doesn't like her wheelchair. So we are going to put up with that, right, Miss Sadie? So thank you for joining us for another reading from our book. Join us again. Go to savingsadie.com. Go to Amazon. Look at all of our 5-star reviews. You're going to love it. Be inspired. Be the change. Thanks so much for joining us.